Hello. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is the youngest multilateral development bank. Could you briefly describe it?
Yes, indeed, we are one of the youngest development banks. The bank was established in 2016 by originally 57 member countries. Today we are owned by 106 shareholders. As the bank focused on the infrastructure investments, we are global bank, but we are focused on the Asian markets. Our key objective is to foster the developments in the Asian region through the financing of the sustainable infrastructure. We call it infrastructure for tomorrow, yes. Which is sustainable, which is economically viable, which is green and technology enabled, and efficient.
Thank you. Infrastructure is a wide topic. Do you have any specific areas for future investments?
Yes, indeed. This is a broad area, and we are investing in a variety of forms of infrastructure. We are investing in the regular infrastructure, the physical infrastructure, and we also have a window for the social infrastructure in our countries. What is combining all the projects which are uniting them is this concept of infrastructure for tomorrow, which is just mentioned. We are looking for the projects which are economically viable, green, technologically enabled, and one of the most important consideration is that we would like to, for each dollar we invest, we would like to attract as much as possible investments together with us, and the emphasis is on the private sector capital. So we have as one of the key thematic priority is to attract the private sector investments into the infrastructure space.
And could you provide some example of such collaboration with private sector?
Yes, we first of all, let me tell you that today our portfolio across all the regions is around 75 to 80% in the sovereign lending and the investments, and the private sector is only 20-25%. While it is our target to make sure that by 2030, 50% of our investments are the private sector investments, non-sovereign investments. And among the interesting examples, there are plenty of them. We are financing the solar and the wind power plants. One of the renewable energy sources financing is one of the key areas in the private sector. For instance, we have wind, one of the first wind farms in Kazakhstan, Zhanatas. We finance the waste to energy projects in Turkey. We have the modern and energy efficient facility of the CCGT facility, 1,500 megawatt project, gas-fired in Uzbekistan, in Sirdarya region. Lots of interesting projects. We are looking at the PPP, the first road PPP in Turkey, just to name a few.
And what about Caucasus? What is significance of Caucasus for your bank?
Caucasus, South Caucasus especially, a very important region for us. It is one of the priorities for the bank. The reason is that it is the land bridge between among the various directions connecting Europe and Asia, Europe and Middle East. So we really believe that this region is going to play a more important role in the both regional and global logistics.
You have been involved in Azerbaijan since 2016. What infrastructure projects do you support in Azerbaijan, and how are they successful?
Yes, we started our engagement with Azerbaijan as a client, and Azerbaijan is our respected founding member. So Azerbaijan is a member of the bank starting from 2016. In 2017 we did our first project, which is TANAP, which is the Trans-Anatolian Gas Pipeline. We participated with $600 million investment. Then unfortunately, during the COVID period, I think that all of our clients were really preoccupied with the COVID recovery and response. And within that window, we also supported Azerbaijan with $100 million investment. But what is more important is what we are planning today. And I'm here with the mission to identify the new project. Today we are working on the second phase of TANAP. We have identified a lot of opportunities with the support of the government. Ministry of Economy is our governing institution. We identify a pipeline of very interesting projects in the railway sector, in the shipping sector, variety of infrastructure sectors.
You are a vice president responsible for investment operations in the region. What catches your eye about a particular project? What is the process behind assessment, approval, and finally implementation?
Yes, to qualify for our financing, the project should be in line with our mission and mandate. And as I said, we're looking for the green infrastructure, the infrastructure supporting the critical needs of the people. One of the key thematic priorities is the connectivity. We'll look specifically and proactively for the connectivity infrastructure. It shouldn't be only transport. It can be digital connectivity, it can be energy connectivity. And we, as I said, like to see the private sector capital being co-invested with our operations. So these are the main highlights of the criteria, and of course the project should be bringing the economic value to the country and to the sponsors, so they should be economically viable and financially sustainable. As for the process, we have a relatively lean and swift and efficient approval procedure. We normally can say to the client whether we can finance the project or not within the period of 1 week, plus minus, if all the information is ready. And then we have the approval by the investment committee, and our projects are either approved by the board or they're going through the approval within the delegated authority to the president under the accountability framework. We have also this option. So it's a pretty efficient procedure.
And in the midterm, do you have any specific plans for investment in the region?
We have lots of clients, and we, in fact, very client-oriented institution. Our goal is to identify the companies with the same approach, same mentality, and help them to prepare the projects and to implement them. It could be both the sovereign projects and sovereign or state-owned enterprises, or it could be the private sponsors. As I said, the key principle is that we need to see that the projects are contributing to decarbonization in the country, that they are fostering the cooperation in the region, that they are using the modern technology which would last for a long period of time and which have the possibility of mobilized private sector capital.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.